Can't tell if it's dirty lens or just me. Probably just me. Always looks like this. I gotta switch channels on Deck Hopper because I'm on channel 1. Turn off that one, turn on that one. Okay. Welcome everybody to Chula Vista Live Data. Maybe this is my camera. Let me try to wipe it off. There, that's a little better. So, we are doing an audit of the meeting again. Because like we discovered last time, a same-day cancellation 3 hours before the meeting is not a good way to inform people. It's just not. Like, it's also not good to not have the paperwork even up on the board. I mean, granted, they could have taken it down and replaced it with this. You know, I'd have to go over my footage to see what was done and what wasn't done. As far as I could tell, at the city council meeting, which was Tuesday, I took a picture of the board and there was nothing on it. Right? So, in the same respect, there could have been nothing out. They could have forgot to put the paperwork out. And because I pay attention to this stuff, I called into the city's clerk office and told them, hey, you know, I see the event online. I go to the link provided in the calendar and there's no paperwork. Isn't that weird? Like, for me, no, it's not weird. This is why I do these audits. And their response was, oh, I can't find it either. Right? So that means they went to the thing, looked at it, saw that they couldn't find the paperwork. And this is a, you know, Brown Act thing where the public has to have a certain amount of notice, has to be publicly displayed, either, well, I say at location and on the online. To also then account for times like this when meetings get canceled. But same day cancellation is huge red flags because that's saying that they're not planning. And the city doesn't want to have the image of not planning anything. I'm sure of that. But yet here I am. Last night we had a meeting where commissioners were upset with one commissioner because of a Brown Act violation, quote unquote. And yet, at the end of the meeting, when I walked out, the doors were locked. And we had to be let out of the library. I could double check the time, right? Especially with them calling it out. And there was probably a good 10 minutes, at least, that the public was locked out of the building. And I gripe about this with the fire department for the Veterans Advisory Commission. They prop open the door now. I complained about it to the police department. The police department props open their door now. You know, I don't get any argument. I get solutions. And so last night, being at the library, you know, they went over their time. I think 8 o'clock the branch closes. So the doors were locked and members of the public were not given access to a public meeting that was still going on. And so in the future, we will be auditing more of that. Right? I can remember a few times now where the doors have been locked and we've been let out. And so if that's the way they run the city, the open public meetings here in the city of Chula Vista, we'll just highlight them. You know, the news doesn't highlight these Brown Act violations that are obvious, very obvious, right? As a matter of fact, when the city recognizes these Brown Act violations, they don't go, oh, we owe you guys a refund. They say the Traffic Safety Commission schedule for May 7th has been canceled, and they don't tell you why, right? They don't tell you why it's canceled, because if they told you why, it'd probably be a Brown Act violation. You know what I mean? Like the city attorney, I included him on this email because, you know, if the chair of last night's committee is going to use the Brown Act as an example to then use it against other commissioners as a weapon, right? Then why can't I weaponize it against the city? You know, like the last night's meeting was unacceptable from both the chair and the woman involved. Okay? And to some extent, there's going to be some FOIAs done on that meeting, because guess what was given out? Paperwork. And it also wasn't provided to the public. So we're going to make sure to double check the agenda that everything that was distributed at that meeting is made public. So what are we doing here today? Well, today, just like at the same day cancellation of the Measure P meeting, I have a feeling, just a feeling, that commissioners may show up. I didn't even get an email of the cancellation. So do I think other people are going to miss the bar? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I pay attention to this stuff. The rest of these people, they just go about their daily lives, and you know, they got families and things like that. But I just so happen to pay attention to this stuff very, very detailed. And so, you know, it's a double-edged sword sometimes, right? The narrative here is no employee parking. Yet here's a employee vehicle, right? There's another employee vehicle, all right? And you know, maybe they're still here, but doesn't it say no employee parking? Pretty sure that's what that sign says over there. But the rules aren't for them, they're for us, right? So, like I said, if the rules are only going to be applied to a commissioner and not to the commission, right? Or if the city clerk is going to allow non-visible meetings to be scheduled with non-visible documents, I'll just come here and highlight it and tell you guys all about it, right? That's the new game, is just expose Chula Vista government. And you know, I could pick a relatively high target of like an official that works here and you know, explain these problems to, which I do. And everybody knows what I'm doing. I'm not like hiding what I'm doing. I'm standing here with my phone and a camera, you know, like nothing I do is hidden away from people. Or I mean, I even try to do everything live just so even my mistakes are caught. And you know, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. But what I don't do is I don't get paid to make mistakes. All my mistakes are of my own. I don't have a huge team like the city to help each other. And the things that I don't see are people helping each other within the city. And so, you know, it's kind of cultural within the business on how things are handled. And, you know, I'll say the attitude has changed a lot to when I first started doing my audits here and raising my own questions and concerns of things. Now, instead of being told I'm doing something wrong by looking into this information, they're starting to say thank you. And we appreciate you bringing this to our awareness. The normal, what I would have thought was a factory response to someone raising a concern. Not only are these raised concerns, some of them are damages. And I hope the city attorney's office is listening to the vocabulary of what a damage is. right? You know, 3 hours before a meeting, you're going to cancel the meeting and then not expect people to show up for it? You guys are crazy. Those are damages. And probably in about 5 more minutes, we'll start seeing some of these damages arise. So, you know, it's a transparency thing. Like I said, I'm here to show you how the city treats the public. You know, they only want to enforce Brown Act rules upon commissioners when the Brown Act should be a bridge from the public to the commission to keep them all of them, each and every single one of them, held liable. But in punitive measures, they're going to only enforce it when it's a commissioner with the Brown Act, not the entire commission. And so, you know, if people want to pretend like the Brown Act means something now, you know, well, you only concerned with the parts that affect you, commissioners, or are you concerned with the parts that affect the public? Because I think a lot of people are only concerned when it's their words getting manipulated and not the public being manipulated. 3-hour same-day cancellations are an example of the public being manipulated. Once again, we'll show you the receipts to that one. And they already canceled the 14th. They don't have papers on it, but on the calendar it says it's canceled, right? And then they're going to reopen that one because they didn't publish the papers of the special meeting. So the special meeting has been canceled. The regular meeting has been reinstated, but yet it says it's canceled. I could kind of go on for hours with different situations and different issues, and you know, it's important everybody pays attention to all these things, because there's a lot of council members who could address some of these issues. I mean, they're blatantly obvious. I'm covering them. They're CC'd in a lot of the emails. But they, you know, they're worried about picking who the commissioners are, not fixing the problems within the commissions. You know, it's a selfish thing. It's not for us. It's for them to dictate who becomes where. Okay? And so last night, there was conversation about staying a commissioner. And the city clerk's office has a duty to reissue your appointment if the council, the mayor, or whoever's in charge of selecting reissues it. But if it's not reissued, then you're probably let go from the board or commission, right? Like, they have to reissue it. So like I said, if it's not issued, then it's probably retracted. I would hope they would send you a parting email, but I can't guarantee that they do. But I think a lot of these things should be looked into. I think we have a commissioner just arriving right now, but we'll find out. Someone pulled up in their car. But yeah, like I said, we show up to the canceled meetings even now. How you doing? So we'll try and see if this is a commissioner that just rolled up in her car. Look, here's another car. This might be another commissioner, committee, or it might not be anyone. Who knows? Who knows? It's a public parking lot. For like 9 more minutes before the meeting has taken place. Who knows? Maybe they called every commissioner and spoke with them and said, hey, Robert's going to be at the meeting. Don't show up. We canceled it. Did members of the public get an email telling them about the cancellation? No. Of course not. Of course not. That would make too much sense. Did anyone ask the public if they wanted an email? Well, we signed up for updates. Is your update not to tell us anything and then cancel a meeting that you couldn't find the paperwork on? We'll see. We got like 8 more minutes. And people usually are like on their schedule, right? So they're a couple minutes behind or what have you. So I'll be surprised. I know I wouldn't be surprised from the last meeting. We had commissioners show up. So, would I be surprised at this meeting? No. Would not be surprised at all. Would not be surprised. It's always fun showing up to meetings that are canceled. Everybody's like, just wasting your time. I'm like, oh, wasting my time? I don't waste my time. I'm hoping my time is showing the problems. Like, even if nobody shows up here and I don't get a comment from a commissioner showing up to a canceled meeting, that doesn't change the facts of the situation. The facts of the situation are that I need to show up to show you guys what the city's doing, because this is this is our game. It's not their game, it's our game. So when people want to make up their rules, well, guess what? We'll use their rules against them. The rules don't apply to me. I don't work for the city, so good luck with that one. And it's kind of disappointing. The police department had a event today and they put out the public release, but they never sent me the email. Like, oh my God, can you guys just invite me? Not invited ever. And they're like, this is not a public event. This is an invite media only. And I'm like, well, I mean, do you guys consider me media yet or not? Am I not doing media things? No, you have to be a paid media person who doesn't cover Chula Vista and just shows up because someone pays him to be somewhere. So, you know, it is what it is at that point. Well, we'll stay here like, I don't know, 5 minutes after. See if anybody shows up. Probably after the last meeting that they all had a big old talk about this. Come on, commissioners, where are you at? This says no employee parking, but the employees park here. I mean, that's evidence right there. Just parked right there, walked to the front door. But, you know, once again, the codes aren't for them. They're just for us. And don't dare bring that up. Don't say anything negative about anyone. Oh my gosh. You'll get Nzunza to protect you. He might even sick the chief of police on you and start an investigation because you said something negative about the city. Let alone alleged crimes that should be reported to the police. Which, if they're reported to the police, why would Nzunza require a vote or oh, just to muddy the waters? Yeah, that's all you did, buddy. You're acting sheriff now, huh? You decide what crimes are investigated during a public comment. You don't just refer them to the police department, you order the police department. Just remember, it's all recorded, buddy. And that's why Chula Vista loses in court all the time, is because they do stupid stuff like this. But hey, we're giving it to you live, unedited, unfiltered. And like I said, ain't even a big deal if nobody shows up. The story's right here on the door. Anybody who's paying attention knows that this is an issue that's not getting resolved. It's repeating in different ways now. You know? Is this a meeting of the police department? Well, let's look who signed it. They don't say what department it is, they just say secretary. So, Florence. Once again, just here to show you guys. Trying to schedule some meetings with candidates to give them a little screen time, hopefully next week or the following week. But you know, at this point, there's like 60 candidates for everything, and not gonna do any of the governor stuff, you guys. So, kind of already showed you guys a bunch of candidates with other live streams that I've been part of, but. Hopefully we'll get a couple of local candidates to come on, maybe even John McCann, the mayor. But you know, everybody's busy, so it is what it is at this point. If there wasn't so many freaking audits I have to do on the city, I'd have more time to do other things. But recording meetings and posting them and trying to fix the titling this year so everything gets titled correctly. This one should say audit on it, because this is not a meeting anymore. It's now turned into an audit of the meeting. The audit of the cancellation. It's hilarious because they put up the cancellation and then you can't even find the cancellation paperwork unless you look in another section. And so I can find the cancellation paperwork. I can even find the cancellation paperwork for the city council meeting next week, which isn't even available yet, quote unquote. It's like hidden within the interweb of the city's website. And so they have a couple of different back ends. One's called Laserfish, and it's all open to the public. But, you know, only some people update documents there. And so you go in to, like, look up some documents, and there's no documents there. And you're like, what the heck? And they're like, well, we put it on the main page. And so the main page has documents, but the back end doesn't. So, like, where the reporters go to get all their information from one location, you got to scour the website from this section to that section to a hidden section, which, I mean, to be fair, it's not super hidden. It's just, once you get past 2 clicks, you got to be there. If you're not there, then you're requiring the person who's looking for information to know more about looking for information than you provide. You know, hey, we hide meetings here would be nice if you labeled it like that. You know, we don't send email updates to the public either to let them know that the meeting was canceled. Yeah. Like, which news company's here? Do we show up just in time to cover something? We'll give it to like 6:10. Nobody shows up. Who knows? Maybe a council member is going to come out for an interview, and we're gonna break the report before the news gets it out. We'll find out, because the city's closed. That's the meeting. And some boards up here. Going to a special private area. Yeah, we'll go check and see what you're doing. It's called suspicious activity, right? That's what this is called. Gets out of his news car and goes over here. Now, just checking. Like, if you guys can't see it, let me zoom you in here. It's like checking those. This is a little suspicious, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit suspicious. Just a little bit. I guess he's not meeting with the council member. I'll stand by the front. You guys want to go to the back? I'm Mark Van with big old cell tower stuff, and he's checking the electric car stuff. I mean, come on, you're a reporter. We got a big old van here. Was it SDG&E? I guess CG&E drives around with cellular towers. Guess we'll get other stories from the city today. And then they just get into their van and leave. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't see none of the commissioners. We're just here to cover suspicious activity today. And so far we got one suspicious activity. News people trying to be secretive. I'm inspecting the pads of the electronic meters. Nice try, buddy. Nice try. I don't know, maybe they all got their cancellation letters today. Maybe they all did. I can tell they're not here to cover this. They're not even here to do a segment. They're just walking around. It's only a little suspicious. I'm probably just as suspicious. Kids piling rocks. Maybe we stick around until they leave, since they wanted the attention. And we'll figure out who they're meeting with secretively in public. Good morning, Zunza. Where you at? Not meeting with your news crew? Preciado? Which one of you guys called the news here? We're here to show them. We can just set our camera down and you guys can just chill there while I just walk around and pace. Oh. The news story is talking about the Chargers here at Chula Vista, I guess. Is what it is. Let's hope we're messing up their meeting. I'm just trying to get the lowdown. Everybody trying to be all secretive. Four people watching. Thanks for watching. I'm not sure if I can see any of your messages, but we are observing a suspicious van who showed up to inspect the electrical cables. It's the suspicious activity happening right now. I ain't never seen an electrical van company with a satellite for a television, but you know, they roll around with with nothing anymore. So, are they gonna go inspect it next? I doubt she's gonna go inspect it. So right now we're just waiting. We've got all the time in the world. Didn't know we were gonna run into the story. But I guess if you just sit in front of City Hall, you'll see a bunch of stuff you never seen. Because who just sits in front of City Hall? All these guys do. They even get out and pretend like they're looking at something. Doesn't look like we have any commissioners showing up, so that part of the stream is over. Now we have a new part of the stream. Suspicious van. Arbor Day Foundation. Wildlife habitat on city property. Yeah, right. We'll see who wants to stay here longer, because I could stay here. We got nothing to do. We got nothing to do. Make a story out of it. Come on, council members. You want to come out? Talk to the news? I see no one coming out. We'll even go around back. Show you guys how you can walk through the complex. Have this side gate right here, and it leads to where the council members come out. And so sometimes you get people to and fro on this side. They did a nice job on the fire station. I mean, who wants to wheel up and down this freaking thing? It's ridiculous. Oh. High stakes stakeout. You guys can tell me who he is in the comments. I don't know who he is. Works for some news station, I'm sure. We're just waiting to see who he's gonna meet with. Was it her? You guys ever go home?
Almost there.
So they're going to take away public comments and have a special meeting just to remove our public comments, huh?
No, this is the workshop. Are you talking about the workshop for the strategic plan?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you know, it's a public meeting. It was a city council meeting, and then they canceled that, and then they call it a special meeting of a workshop, which removes the ability for the public to have public comments. Instead of just calling it a regular workshop meeting, you know?
Yeah, it's at a different time, too.
Well,
It's at
an
6.
hour, I mean, you know, like I said,
Yeah.
it's a, in my opinion, it's a little unreasonable, but, you know, same with this one today, right? Same day cancellation. And, yeah, I was the one who called and told them all the good details that they love to hear coming from me. But I was hoping to catch they had the Measure P cancellation last week.
Oh, okay.
And so when I went there, commissioners still showed up. And so, you know, it's just on same day cancellations, it's hard, you know, with notification.
Yeah.
And then today, we didn't even get notified as the public with an email.
For
well,
the cancellation?
Yeah, with the TSC, Traffic Safety Commission. So I sent them an email and told them, hey, you know, your emails aren't coming through.
Huh.
And, you know, to, you know, be aware, because like notifying was what we signed up for.
Of course, right? That's good you called, yeah.
So
let them know.
But, you know, in my opinion, right, it should say canceled because Robert called, right? Instead of not telling the public why it's canceled. Yeah, you know. But like I said, you know, I'm here to help, realistically.
Thank you.
It just comes off differently because it's not going to be what you want it to be sometimes. You want it to just be done right, you know, and so anyways, I appreciate you and your time.
Of course, thank you.
Not here to give you a hard time or nothing.
No problem.
I'm on a secretive mission now, though. We got a white van here who I think's the news, and he walked all the way up to the charger station and then walked back to his van. And I'm like, oh, what council member are you here to meet? So I'm seeing who's got the most amount of time to wait at this point, you know? I got a canceled meeting, so.
Yeah, you're here. You thought you were going to a meeting.
Yeah. But anyways, don't work too hard.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Have a good night.
You too. One of those papers will say my name one day. One of them. Stream, are you listening? We'll see about the council meeting or whoever they're here to meet with. City staff, maybe? We're here for the story. Right now the story is there's people playing over there. I wonder if they have any election stuff up yet. Fun, fun. Maybe we'll push 6:30, 6:45, maybe even 7. Who knows? Like I told her, I got all the time. They canceled my meeting, so don't drag me down here for a canceled meeting. I won't catch your meeting with the news. Look, there goes one staff vehicle. So whoever it is, it's almost like they're driving the staff vehicles home, possibly. Be nice to know which staff get vehicles to drive like that, because, man, talk about money. Just be given vehicles and giving gas. Must be nice. Must be nice. She knew exactly what meeting. She's like, the special meeting? Yeah, specially removes public comment. Because you put the word special on it, even though it's not a special meeting, it's just a meeting. And then for some reason, I think she was talking about the budget, and then they said that was supposed to be the 19th. So what's this workshop for? Well, we'll find that out too. We will find that out too. No meeting. They're leaving. I'm gonna laugh though, because I'm gonna go into the back and catch them into the back. Watch. It's not suspicious at all. Back up and pull back forward. Look, there's the shuttle. Can barely see it in between the trees. Pulling in, dropping someone off. Alright. We'll zoom in a little bit for you guys. So you guys can see. It's that boat, the shuttle thing. And so, like, this is a subsidized business to the city council, or to the city, because if they were trying to have an Uber do it or something, they couldn't afford to have that business open. So, it is what it is at that point, but it's kind of funny. Are they gonna leave this time? Are they sure? Definitely not a news crew. Definitely not. All white van. 91 was the van number. Satellite on top. It's alright. Hello. Let's see if they go to the back now. $10 says they just go to the back door. We'll see them. Not an entrance. Go to the back. We'll see if they're going to come around the other side. Because if I were them, this is what I would do. Is I would tail to this side, park on the other side, and hope that I just, oh, they left. Nah. They didn't come in here, so that's one thing. I don't think they have access. We could find out who's still here. My vehicles, I just don't know which ones are whose. We'll stand on this side. We'll see if they want to come this way. I usually do my lap around the building anyways. Employee only, no public access. Gate's wide open. So you think if they were coming that way, they'd come. That's why you need like 3 people to cover this building, because there's the back entrance, the front entrance, it's all these entrances. Stood on the front side for a little while, but can't see the back side. There's a reporter here. Yes, there is. Sometimes I'll just sit in my car and observe a building or something, right? Like we were doing, we were watching Border Patrol for a little while. And, yeah. Is what it is, you know. We'll do one more loop and then come back around. I don't see nothing over here. So we'll go back around, double back. Would be cool if we could catch them secretly meeting with the news. I like to do that. Wouldn't surprise me at all. What's kind of surprising is there's all these employee vehicles, and then there's a vehicle about heating and cooling here. But, you know, what do I know? What do I know? I know this. This is the back side of the building. Like, you figure if he was gonna look at those chargers, right? He would have went right to the charger. I mean, that only makes sense. But instead they parked where, I mean, they've been here before. They know where the chargers are. Come on. I know how everybody likes to play games. Where it's like, I'm better at games than you are. I'm like, good luck. Yeah, so probably be it for the day. Probably be it. Probably like, man, it's hot in here. Got the door open. Got the cone open right there too. I mean, if there's a couple of things, this is probably an issue. It's a locked gate, so there's a guy sitting in there. Well, I don't see the news crew coming back. They're probably on a break. Which, hey, if that's what you're on, why are you walking up to the electric meter? For some reason, I just don't believe them. I don't believe them. Yeah, that's it. I'm out of here. Stayed till 6:30. No commissioners, which doesn't change any of the facts. We saw a news crew inspect the charging things, which probably don't even work. Probably. So, I think that's it for me, guys. It's time to go. There's a bunch of families walking their dogs. Alright, well, I appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight's audit. It's not an audit like you would think. It's kind of an audit to see if council members were going to show, or commissioners were going to show up, and then to kind of tell you guys my story to it. I posted about it. I'll write a little thing tonight about it, hopefully with this audio I'm making right now. And yeah, we will see you tomorrow, I think. I don't know, check the calendar. I got too many things on my mind right now. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, you guys. This is Chula Vista Live Data reporting live at Chula Vista City Hall for a same-day cancellation of the Traffic Safety Commission. So stay tuned for that one next week. But other than that, you guys have a good night.